and his working in this Tripura University for a long time. I request sir to start his question.
Yeah. Actually, unmute was a little problem. Now I got it. Yeah.
Yes. I think sir, sound, I am getting a good sound, sir.
Yeah. Shall I go on?
Yes, sir. You start, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Partho Pratim Bhattacharya, for organizing such an important topic, which is really relevant in today's framework. One way we are looking for the strategy of changing the marketing in a digital format. Another, it is a compulsion due to our the recent pandemic situation. The digital marketing has a wider range. Though the digital marketing was neither dependent on Corona or COVID or pandemic, it was in itself started one kind of things. But I think so it has given an acceleration due to COVID kind of situation because many places are locked down. Still, the online marketing is open and many people can order something, purchase something. So these are the era I can say started by the a pandemic situation also, which is giving a acceleration and boost to the digital market. Now, in particular in my topic, if I would like to uh, focus on, it's talking about eco-friendly rural technology and modern digital marketing. So if you see the title itself is deliberately made in such a way that digital marketing is important. There is no one can deny today the what is digital marketing and why there is a need of digital marketing. And situations are on that way. We are in a situation now. There is adding some fuel to the modern digital marketing. Now, how we can add the fuel to the modern digital marketing? Still, the USP lies on the eco-friendly or green technology or environment-friendly technologies on the dash. Now, why this is like? Because still people wanted to go to village. Still people wanted to have the food from village because of this rural and green technology and environment technology. Now, how the digital marketing can cope up with the demand of the people which are looking for eco-friendly rural technologies or the green technologies that is basically focusing on this topic. So first, few basic things we would like to start on. What is the definition and how we could manage the things in a better way. So UNDP report shows that eco-friendly, the government's rural development scheme will have positive economic impact because of eco-friendly will contribute to inclusive local growth, improve environmental sustainability, help to make communities more resilient to nature disaster, and help to public expenditure more effectively. So eco-friendly does more than just to improve the environment, it contributes to better economic growth. Now, these four are the key pillar of economic development, or you can say the eco-friendly technologies lied on these four parameters. So we'll go in detail on this, how contribute to the eco-friendly local growth, inclusive growth. Before that, we need to understand the concept of eco-friendly. According to definition, the eco-friendly literally means the earth-friendly or not harmful to the environment. This term mostly common refers to the products that contribute to green living or practices that help conserve resources like water and energy. Eco-friendly products also prevent contribution to air, water, land, and pollution. So majorly, if we can say the Bharatiya concept, that is Panchatattva, it is the Panchabhut or Panchatattva is basically accelerate and get supported by your eco-friendly technologies. So if you see the old traditional knowledge base of India, it was basically close to nature. The day-to-day, the modernization when taking place by the name of modernization, when the Western technologies has incorporated in our country, the automatically the eco-friendly terms has been get reducted. Suppose if we example, we take the 200 years back, we used to take the cotton clothes more preferably, because people used to wear the dhoti, sari, and whatever the things, those were basically made up by cotton. But now slowly we have shifted to terling, then silk, then other components of this. So these are the components which are beyond your nature, which is not made by the nature. It is made by some artificial chemical reactions and so on, and also from not close to the nature, basically water, earth, and other things. So the technology which is basically close to nature, those are basically the environment friendly or eco-friendly technology. So what are the characteristics generally eco-friendly technologies have? Before that, we need understand that eco-friendly concept. The products is also will make us understand that why these eco-friendly technologies and how it has going to incorporate in the modern digital marketing era. The products, those are manufactured through eco-friendly technology and that cause no environmental hazards. That is the key word, which is not going to make any environmental hazards, are called eco-friendly products. So promotion of eco-friendly technology and eco-friendly products is necessary for conservation of natural resources and sustainable development. We define eco-friendly products by following measures. Products, those are originally grown. Products, those are recyclable, reusable, and biodegradable. Products with natural ingredients. Products containing recycled contents, non-toxic chemicals. Products contain under approved chemical. Products that do not harm or pollute the environment. Products that will not be tested on animals. Products that have eco-friendly packaging that is reusable, refillable, and containers. So these are the USP, but here the lies that with these 9 USP, we can do the marketing of eco-friendly products. So because it's not only for environment, whatever the available in environment, the human beings are included in the environment. So human is one of the major part of environment, but not the everything. But if you human want to survive in this world, then the nature has to survive. And to nature survive, to make the nature survive, the eco-friendly technologies are the way out. And also, somewhere it has a direct impact on the human body. That's why if you could see, the traditional knowledge has been looked into it. Recently, I have seen in Amazon, there is a 100 rupees neem sticks are being sold. Now you can see these are the traditional technology of India where people used to wash their teeth through the stick of neem sticks. But later on, the modern technology, we use the plastic made, the brush and other things has been came up in our market. Now in USA also, they are selling $1 for 5 neem stick for cleaning your teeth. They have given a very good name of this. That is the natural fiber for teeth cleaning. So the natural fiber of teeth cleaning is basically your neem stick, which people used to use from long time. So it has a direct impact on your health, not only nature, it has a direct impact on human body, human teeth, human muscles, human jaws. So there are technologies which are basically eco-friendly and has a direct impact on the people body, people mindset, people emotions, people's intelligence, people's egoistic. So there is a direct relationship. So suppose you are wearing a terling or terracotta shirt, then the comfort level compared to cotton, it's very less. So it can give you a itching problem, other health hazard problem, but environment friendly technologies is giving you a good health. So not only indirect of this 9 USP, in addition to that, there is a human direct touch is also available through this environment friendly eco technologies. Now these are the 10 USP which can digital market can occupy, which can be covered up through this eco-friendly marketing. Now, before that, eco-friendly marketing, also a new term has been coined. Now, what is it? Is an emerging marketing strategy that incorporates broad range of activities. Therein, it can be viewed both as a type of marketing and marketing philosophy. As a type of marketing, it is like industrial and service marketing, and it is concerned with marketing of a specialized kind of product. And the product is green, including green goods such as fuel efficient car, recycled products, as well as green ideas such as save oil, conserve natural habitat. Like that, there are many eco-friendly houses, eco-friendly your sleepers, your clothes, your house. There are roads, even roads are also making by eco-friendly way. Bigger technologies are also made by green technologies. So there are various way of eco-friendly. Now, if we could mix it with the marketing strategy, there is a 4 Ps are the very uh, popular component of a marketing, that product, price, promotion, and place. Now, if you could add the green product, the green price, the green place, and the green promotion, then this 4P, which is very known marketing strategy, that is product, price, place, and promotion, is getting an extra bullet through this green component. So ultimately, it is going to help in your market. So marketing is basically mixing of these 4P. So whatever product you are selling, that is green, environment friendly. Whatever the price you are fixing, now this is also green. Why? Because it's very close to nature. So it's very affordable price you can quote. Suppose neem sticks can be sell 100 rupees 5, but toothbrush, good company toothbrush cannot be sell. Though it's one time use, but people now it's selling, even your fiber made toothbrush is also cannot use multiple months. It can be used 10-15 days, that's it better. So in that way, if you calculate this, the green technologies, the prices are also affordable, and locally available materials can minimize the price at very low. So that there is a green price, there is a green promotion. While promoting, when you are talking the term, as I used I took the example of the toothbrush, the promotion, when I'm talking a environment friendly, a natural fiber to clean your teeth. So it's a promotion. I'm giving a promotion to a natural or green product. And the place where you are using, the people, the market, all places, if you could see, the people are looking for the green place where it is available. So once the people have developed in their modernity and developed in their technology excellence, they again want to look back basically to their health matters, their physical, mental, emotional, everything. If you could see that they are looking for a place which is green. Suppose people want to stay rather in a northeast state compared to Delhi sometimes due to only the greenery, only the environment friendliness. Same the marketing strategy. You can sell much more green products in Delhi compared to Northeast because it is available here and there it is not available now. So place is also important. If you are able to make the green place in your market space, that has a huge potential in today's business. So this is basically the one way the technology is available to you, and it has to be mixing with the available markets to the world. Now, eco-friendly rural technology. I am coming to again. What are the technologies we have available? I have listed it very less, but it has a wider range. It has a major range. So now look into some rural technologies. We know the biogas technology. The biogas is the product anaerobic digestion of organic matters by methanogenic bacteria. Biogas qualifies in the merits, that is technology utilize organic agriculture waste and convert it into fuel and fertilizer. So both it's working. Here is a diagram. You can see that how it has digestion process of this biogas plant is going on, and what is the chain cycle it work. Direct impact biogas are fuel wood, agriculture, residue, livestock manure, and kerosene savings. Increase in soil fertility and crop production have also been observed. Biogas also solve the problem of indoor air pollution and improve households or um, communal sanitation. So there is a major component of green technology, if we could say, so that is biogas. Now also in the matter of electricity, when the matter has came, now you could know that all over India there are large number of power stations. The car charging stations are going to make by the government. Government has given order. There are many petrol pumps are going to convert, or they give to in addition to their infrastructure a power station to this uh, technological units and all. So these are the another component of in addition to biogas plant. Now there is a biofuel, there is a bioethanol, biodiesel have the potential to assume an impact portfolio in future energy pattern. Caution is mandatory in evaluating biofuel as green agriculture technology. Food security concerns and risks to environment and biodiversity are parameters that necessarily need to be accessed while analyzing sustainable linkage to the agriculture and biofuel. Also, conversion of waterland to farmland with some crop options can be viewed as positive impacts. So there are many important components of biofuel which is going to happen in our country. Now there is another major component, that is organic farming. Also one video is also on the organic farming, so it can be better understandable on the things of organic farming, because now the one of the major USP which I was talking about, the marketing USP, the 4 P's, there is organic farming. So organic products, people wanted to have the products which are basically green in terms of production. So organic farming is in that category, is the form of agriculture that relies on techniques such as crop rotation, green manure compost, biological pest control, and maintain soil productivity and control pest as a farm. Organic farming exclude or strictly limits the use of manufactured fertilizer, pesticides, which include herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. Plants growth regulators such as hormones, livestock, antibiotics, food additive, and genetically modified organisms. So these are all are excluded, which people are now getting fear of getting a food with a genetically modified. How extend it's good for your health? That is a question. So there is a major components. If you see the fertilizers, the vermicompost, there are many components has came on this of this kind of situation. Now, if we could see that how this organic manure and organic farming is going on, we can see one video for your.
Ondi Mahidipalli village is situated in Inavole, Mumbai, in Warangal district of Telangana state. The village has 3,500 acres of agricultural land, and all the farmers depend on local water resources for cultivation, resulting in low yields in the past few years. Through Bala Vikas's intervention, the farmers desilted the elementary river and used the excavated soil to increase the productivity. They realized the harmful effects of chemical fertilizers and pesticides that degrade the soil fertility and the environment, and the importance of organic farming. In 2012, 15 farmers from Onti Mahidipalli village started organic farming with 0.5 acres of land per person, and within next 6 months, they increased the cultivation to 1 acre. They formed two women groups consisting of 25 members and four men groups consisting of 10 to 16 members for practicing organic farming. The total land cultivated under organic farming is now 100 acres to 115 acres, and they are cultivating a variety of crops such as paddy, turmeric, cotton, maize, chili, nuts, and vegetables like tomato, ladyfingers, cluster beans, and chickpea. Using indigenous knowledge, the organic farmers have prepared organic manures on their own, such as Dhan Jiva Amritam and Neemasthan. Dhan Jiva Amritam. The ingredients used in the preparation of Dhan Jiva Amritam are easily available at each household and require no additional cost. Dhan Jiva Amritam preparation requires 2 bags of cow shed waste, 1 kilogram unsprayed soil, 1 kilogram pulse flour, 3 to 4 kilograms cement waste, 1 kilogram jaggery, and 5 liters of animal urine. All these inputs are mixed thoroughly and kept for 48 hours without disturbing. The jaggery gives the energy to the soil and activates the crop. The animal urine increases micropopulation in the soil and eliminates fungus. Preparation of Dhana Jiva Amritam takes 4 to 5 days. Neemastha. Preparation of organic pesticide requires 10 liters of water, 2 kilograms neem paste, 2 to 3 kilograms of cow dung, and 2 to 3 liters of cow urine. Since all these ingredients are easily available, almost all the farmers prepare it in their households. The farmers of the village formed Onti Mamidipalli Cooperative Marketing and Credit Society with a strength of 253 members. Every month, each member has to deposit ₹100 as savings, and the current balance in the society is ₹5 lakh. This society provides loans to members for minimum interest. Farmers have been taking organic certification by ₹300 per acre and selling their products in local markets and keeping part of the production for self-consumption. By practicing organic farming, they are earning more profits now for both Kharif and Rabi seasons. Though initially the farmers were hesitant in adopting organic farming, through Bala Vikas' intervention and motivation, after a successful pilot test, an attitudinal change was brought in. Now, farmers are able to enjoy high yields and directly sell their products to big baskets.
So, these are the video in we can understand how the organic farming in our country is going on, and it's one example which I have put in the village. If you see the Hiwre Bazaar, the Anna Hazare Bhat, the Ralegaon Siddhi, there are many places in all over country. It's not in one state or one particular. It's various pockets of our country. The organic farming through different processes, not only the Ajivika, there are vermicompost in another mechanism people have started, and it has getting a boost. Even the corporate houses are also now planning that how this the organic farming can be taken up. Now the corporates are looking, it's only in the marketing angle, because people are looking for such kind of crop which are basically made of by the organic or some things. So it's one example which I have given in the video. There are thousands number of examples in our country, but still it's in a small pockets, not at the large scale people are moving towards this. So another green revolution or another sustainable revolution, if you want, we need to go for the such kind of organic farming, and the situations can be sustainable, otherwise it cannot be sustainable. So other technology is natural dye with the available colors from the varieties, flowers, leaves. It can be color. So natural dyes are dyes or colorants derived from plants in invertebrates and minerals. The majority of the natural dyes are vegetable dyes from plant source, that is root, berries, bark, leaves, and wood. So India is one of the 12 rich mega biodiversity countries in the world and includes in uh, 8 major center of origin and diversification. So it has a huge potential in our country. Still, after the such afforestation has gone, still we have the potential to cover it up, and we can make a revolution in the natural dyes also. People are looking for such kind of color, which are naturally colored without the chemical colors. So in that color component, the indigo is one of the very famous, and which the Britishers has also run many movement to how to cultivate the farmers the indigo. That is also one part of the natural dye. There are many other colors which is naturally available. So it can be incorporated in the marketing strategy as well as the product development and the production of the product. Another is vermicompost. It's also many people knows there are earthworms. Earthworms enhance the process of organic waste conservation and produce a better end product. It is a mesophilic process utilizing microorganisms and earthworms. The earthworms feeds the organic waste materials and passes it through their digestive system and gives out in a granular form, cocoons, which is known as vermicompost. So as we have seen in the video that Ajivika, another component organic farming, from this vermicompost also many people are doing the organic farming also. So this is also another example. There are many videos available, but due to time constraint, I have taken only one example. So organic farming through vermicompost. Now another is biocomposting. The composting the biodegradable celluloid organic materials into a humus-like product called CODS, and the process is aerobic, which uses various microorganisms such as bacteria, actinomycetes, and fungi to break down the higher organic compounds like cellulose and lignins into the simple substances. During composting, the microorganisms consumes oxygen while feeding on organic matter, and multiply activity composting generates a considerable amount of heat. It also discharges large quantities of carbon dioxide and water vapor into the atmosphere. The loss of carbon dioxide and water vapor reduces the weight of the initial dry organic matter. Thus, composting reduces both the volume and the mass of the organic matter. So in that way, it's a huge technical things I have spoken, but it's very easy if you put in a one drum with a little holes, so oxygen can pass and the organic component over there, and if you can rotate it, or there is a tank, the hollow tank side. There is a air circulation space, and if you can put the organic component over there and little manure to it, maybe vermicompost, maybe the cocoa peat or whatever the available. If don't have available, put soil. It also make the organic biocompost. So it's a process is very easy, which can be make biocompost and leads towards the organic farming. There is a handmade paper. There are handmade paper is sheet of paper made individually by hands using a mold on decal. The mold is a frame covered with a flat rigid screen or flexible. You can see in the picture screen. Decal is a flat frame used to cover the mold and contain runoff of wet pulp. The handmade paper, the layer, the end-to-end fiber held together by the natural internal bonding properties of cellulose fiber, lifted by hand, sit on molds in a suspension of fibers in water with or without season. Handmade paper is made of eco-friendly materials such as cotton, silk, and agro waste, such as sugar cane waste, bark fibers, or jute waste. With the growing emphasis on environment, the popularity of handmade paper gifts has increased manifold. So there is a now there is a trend of visiting card of organic farming. The people are making from banana fiber very thick. It's kind of one kind of plastic visiting card they made from the organic fiber, from the banana fiber. Same ways from the banana fiber in Karnataka they make the sari. So there are various research going on from the coconut fiber, how people are making. So there are handmade paper, handmade sari, large number of products are added to this handmade paper unit. So not only the writing paper, not only the painting paper, the greeting card, design paper, the bag, which is now, if we are not using the plastic bags in place of the paper bags, so everything can be made up by the handmade paper things. So it's another phenomena which we need to understand and know. Now, eco-friendly rural development will contribute to inclusive local growth in the West. So why I'm telling that the eco-friendly rural development has the potential to develop the rural area, and it's inclusive local growth in the various ways. In various ways. Now, how it is various ways it's giving, improving agriculture through increased yield, response to fertilizer and water availability for irrigation, increasing private investment in clean technology and green resources, increasing income for the rural poor through green value chain and markets, increasing returns on investment through improved ecosystem service in the agriculture, aquaculture, fisheries and infrastructure in flood-prone regions, reducing the economic cost from the natural disaster by strengthening the local resilience. So these are not only few. In addition to that, if we can understand how it is inclusive for the local growth, but if we are looking for a organic made or the eco-friendly or environment friendly, the crops available to us, still we are looking for a village. So when we are looking for a modern township guy is looking for a village, then automatically some economic revenue generation reach to the village. So that leads to the rural development. So whenever we are talking about the green technology, it's cannot be cannot exclude the poor people. So it's highly inclusive in terms of rural poor. Those are staying in the rural area villages, because when you are talking about green technology, when we are talking about environment friendly technology, eco-friendly technology, it's still available in our countries, the beyond our, not the far away from our township, but it's in rural area. So and we know the economic crisis is majorly available in rural area, where the people are producing our bread and butter. They are the basically suffering in the terms of economy. So when we are talking about eco-friendly technology, when we are talking about the environment-friendly technology, indirectly or directly, you are going to support the rural development as well as the including the whole community in the rural area. So in that way, it's one way it's developing the yield, increasing private investment, increasing the green value chain. Those are things. But if you want to help a rural poor, you need to go for a green technology. So this is also one of the USP for the digital marketing in the era of this present time. So another eco-friendly rural development will be improved environmental sustainability three ways. It will conserving the water quality through increased water, agriculture, construction, and drinking water, and by reducing the pollutant load in the sanitation waste. Improving vegetative cover and biodiversity, reducing soil erosion, and increasing the soil carbon. So these are the three major components while it is doing the sustainability in a three way. Before reaching to sustainability, because all of you are from marketing background, we need to little understand what is sustainable development, why we are talking about sustainable development. So we know about the growth, we know about the development, and we know about the sustainable development. So growth, we know, suppose some people height has grown from 5 feet to 6 feet, so it's a growth. Some age has been increased from 5 years to 10 years. So it's a growth. If income is green from 10,000 to 20,000, it's a growth. So, but is it development? No. When it is development, when we can say that there is a development, if the child from 5 years to 10 years has been grown up, and also his mental, psychological, emotional intelligence grown up, then only there is a development. So his social, physical, everything, emotional intelligence is growing according to age, then it is called development. If it is not increasing, only the age, numeric age is increasing, the body physique is increasing, but mental psychology is not increasing, then it's not a development. So development leads to the economic as well as social as well as physical. Same sustainable development. So growth, we understood the increasing of age, increasing of salary, increase of height, anything is a growth. And development is when we are adding the social, physical components, then it's called development. And the sustainable development, and whatever we are achieving through this development, if we are able to make it sustain from the future also, then it is sustainable development. So there is another environment component, if we could able to add in the development, then it is sustainable development. So when you are talking about the concern about the environment, and we are taking the full care of availability of this same development in future also, future generation also, then it is sustainable development. So the whole paradigm, the eco-friendly rural development, will improve the environmental sustainability in various ways. Eco-friendly rural development will help rural board to expenditure more on it, make public expenditure more effective over the medium term. So make public expenditure more effectively over the medium term in 5 ways. Making assets created through public expenditure more durable, reducing outlets on schemes aimed at poverty reduction through better livelihoods for the poor and better food and nutrition security, reducing the need of reinvest in water and provision in slip-backed habitations, reducing expenditure on relief and recovery in disaster-prone communities, reducing the need for subsidies on fossil fuel because of improved energy use in housing, roads, water supply, and on fertilizers because of improved soil fertilizers and increased use of non-chemical fertilizers. So it has a various component. Suppose same things are happening through the NREGA, MG NREGA, and other schemes of government, which are giving a medium-term effective way of the medium-term development. Eco-friendly rural development will help to make communities more resilient to natural disaster in 4 ways. So it is also going to help to the natural disaster, to how to people can cope up with the natural disaster, reducing the impact of drought through water harvesting, resilient cropping, and secure drinking water and fodder supply, reducing the impact of flood through better drainage, resilient cropping, and flood resilient system for drinking and sanitation services, reducing the disease burden through safe disposal of sanitation, waste, and water contamination, cleaner habitats, and less use of chemical fertilizers, conserving biodiversity and protecting sustenance resources for the rural poor, including health and shelter inputs, and productive resources, including fiber, dyes, oil, and resins. So there are various ways it is going to help on the natural disaster also. So now the digital marketing, the whole paradigm, we have various ways to accelerate the digital marketing. I hope you have already covered in your earlier speeches, but still for the little revision I am doing. That's email, video viral, blog, website. So there are various ways for the digital marketing in this field. So if you concise it in a little definition, digital marketing is the use of the internet, mobile device, social media, search or engines, and other channels to reach consumers. Some marketing experts consider digital marketing to be an entirely new endeavor and that requires a new way of approaching customers and new ways of understanding how customers behave compared to traditional. So there is one example of e-commerce through the e-commerce. Just have a look of this video so you can understand it in better form.
कुंती नोवेल्स आंध्र प्रदेश के विजयनगर जिले का एक छोटा सा यहाँ जरूरी चीजों के लिए दूर जाना पड़ता है। काम की तरह सीधी सीधी चीजें जैसे कि किराना सामान, पीने का पानी और पशु आहार नहीं बहुत मुश्किल है। कोई प्रसाद किसी का उसने बीटेक की डिग्री पास करने के बाद सीएससी का ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन किया। डिजिटल साक्षरता से ई कॉमर्स के उत्पाद और उसकी उसकी काम वालों की कष्ट और मेहनत को वो जन्मता प्रसाद के प्रत्येक उद्योजक अपना खुद का ऑनलाइन स्टोर ఈ సంస్థ शुरू
విలేజ్ గురించి విలేజ్ లో మొత్తం పెరిగి దాని గురించి ఎవరు ఆలోచిస్తారు. కానీ ఆ తోట అనేది నాకు కలిగింది. మీ సేవలో మీ అనేది మీకు అందరికీ సంత అనేది మాకు అర్థం. చాలా బిగ్ మార్కెట్ ఎవ్రీ సాటర్డే అవుతుంది, ఎవ్రీ వీక్ సాటర్డే అవుతుంటుంది. చాలా బిగ్ మార్కెట్. అక్కడ వచ్చేసి మొత్తం సంతలో దొరకకుండా ఉంటూ ఉండదు. ఎవ్రీ ప్రోడక్ట్ అక్కడ దొరుకుతుంది. ఓకే, అందువల్ల మీ సంత అనేది ఉచిత డెలివరీ అనేది విధంగా పరిచయం చేసింది. నాకైతే మీ సంత మీరు పక్కన ఉంటుంది. ఏ జరుగుతుంది ఈ వీడియో కాదు నాలుగా అవి కూడా అవుటర్ ప్లేస్ ఎవరైనా మన ఫోన్ ద్వారా తిప్పొస్తే మనం రీడింగ్ పట్టుకోవడానికి మనం పెద్ద అది మీ సంత
ఈ संस्था में काम वालों की जरूरत के सामान मिलते हैं। अब लोगों की हाथों में स्मार्टफोन आ गए। अब उन्हें आराम से बैठकर सिर्फ जरूरी चीजों की ऑर्डर देनी होती है।
ఐలబ్బలు ఉప్పు మునపొట్టు నూనెలు ఉప్పు ఇవన్నీ కూడా ప్రజలు కనుక కౌలు ఉప్పు చాలు నూనెలు పశువులకి కమ్మని వారి జమీన్ చెప్తే వారు పరిగణిస్తాను।
ये सारा काम कोटि प्रसाद और उसके 12 सदगुरु मुख्य मदद से हुआ है। ये लोग इन संस्था की विविध जिम्मेदारी संभालते हैं। प्रक्रिया उपलब्ध भंडार ऑर्डर्स लेना वगैरह प्रसाद जरूर के लोगों को समझते का और उनको करता है। ये संस्था सारी वस्तुएं दो व्यापारियों से लेता है। ये काम 2 लोगों को दिया गया है। भंडारण का भी काम करते हैं। विपणन के लोग गांव में इसके प्रति जागरूकता निर्माण करते हैं, विज्ञापन का काम करते हैं। इसके लिए वो गांव पे ग्राहक सेवा के लिए फोन कॉल्स करके ऑर्डर लेते हैं। वो डिलीवरी करके देते हैं। डिलीवरी करने वाले गांव वालों को कर सामान पहुंचा देते हैं। इसी अंदर ऑर्डर का भुगतान करने के लिए या प्रतिक्रिया भी लेता और उसके बाद भी ये प्रक्रिया पूरी है।
ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో ఖచ్చితంగా మెయిన్ చెప్పేది కస్టమర్ కేర్. కాల్స్ తీసుకోవడానికి మేము కాల్స్ చేయటం, కస్టమర్ కి వాళ్ళకి ఏమేమి కావాలి ఆర్డర్ తీసుకోవటం, ఆర్డర్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా ప్రిపేర్ చేసి దాని యొక్క బుక్ లో మళ్ళీ వేరేగా ప్రిపేర్ చేసి ఆ లిస్ట్ ని డెలివరీ బాయ్స్ కి అందించడం।
साक्षात्कार या मुलाकात भी संगम को विविध देता है। कम कीमत तब खर्चा घर तक मुफ्त होती। डिलीवरी मिलने के बाद भुगतान 100% किसी की सुविधा 100% बदलने की सुविधा ग्राहक के संतोष पर। अब तक भी संस्था 30 गांव तक सेवा दी। सिर्फ 8 महीनों के भीतर ही अच्छे परिणाम। मार्च में सिर्फ 400 ऑर्डर्स थे। धीरे धीरे अक्टूबर तक बढ़कर ये संख्या 2000 501 तक हो गई। ऑर्डर्स की ये बढ़ती संख्या परिणाम के आंकड़े में बहुत कुछ स्पष्ट होती है। निसंता से उपलब्ध किया गया गुणवत्तापूर्ण पशु आहार से गांव के दुग्ध उत्पादन में की बढ़ोतरी हुई। गांव के दूध संकलन के दूध जमा करना उनका काम है। इससे उनको आमदनी होती है। आर्थिक सबलीकरण में भी निसंता का ये योगदान।
ఇటువైపు లేడీస్ ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళు చదువు కూడా సగంలో ఉంచేసి ఆపేసి మ్యారేజ్ చేసేస్తారు విలేజ్ విలేజ్. అటువంటి వాళ్ళని కూడా ప్రోత్సహించి రండి కంప్యూటర్ నేర్చుకోండి, మీరు నేను నేర్చుతాను, మీరు ఏమి ఇవ్వద్దు, మీరు అవగాహన కల్పించుకోండి అనే ఆలోచన ఉండడం చాలా గ్రేట్ అయిందండి.
చాలా మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లం విలేజెస్ లో వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే గూడ్స్, గ్రాసరీ ఐటమ్స్, యానిమల్ ఫుడ్, యానిమల్ ఫుడ్ ఇవన్నీ అక్కడ మళ్ళీ లాంగ్ వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ తెచ్చుకోవాలి. విలేజ్ కాదు, మనం విలేజ్ లో పుట్టాం కాబట్టి మన విలేజ్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో మన విలేజ్ లో సరుకులు తీసుకొచ్చి వీళ్ళకి తక్కువగా అంటే మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు బయటకు వెళ్ళారంటే గలారా టైప్ ఉంటారు. ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళకి కాస్ట్ అంటే వీళ్ళకి ఐడియా ఉండదు, ఎంతంటే అంత కొనేస్తారు. కానీ మేమేంటంటే ప్రతి ప్రోడక్ట్ గురించి తెలుసుకొని ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఎంత కాస్ట్ ఉంటుంది, మార్కెట్ లో ఎంత ఉంటుంది, అదే మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ నుంచి మేము గమనించుకొని వచ్చి వారి తీసుకొని మా అదే కాదు ఫ్రీ డెలివరీ ఇచ్చేసి మా కస్టమర్కి అందించడం జరిగింది. ఫస్ట్ జరిగేసరికి వాళ్ళు మా విలేజ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రజలందరూ చాలా హ్యాపీ ఉన్నారు.
రామగిరిపల్లి వెళ్ళినంత ఒక 50 రూపాయలు ఛార్జ్ అయ్యింది. ఇప్పుడు ఆ ఛార్జ్ కాకుండా మరి అది మాకు కలిసి వచ్చింది కదా, ఆ ఛార్జ్ తగ్గిందంటే మాకు వేలేదు. మరి 5-6 వేల అనుకో, 6 వేల అనుకో, ఒక 20-30 తగ్గుతుంది. మరి ఎంత ఖర్చు అవుతుంది కదా, తక్కువ అవ్వదు కదా. చేసి నాకు చెప్పడం కానీ నాకు లేదు.
निसंता ने प्रसाद की टीम के लोगों को रोजगार देकर ग्रामीण रोजगार में सुधार दिखाया। निसंता ने न केवल व्यक्तिगत दिए बल्कि खरीदारी के पारंपरिक स्वरूप में बदलाव किया, जिसमें बाजार से चीजें खरीदने के बदले विश्वास के साथ ई कॉमर्स के जरिए ऑर्डर्स पहुंचना शुरू हुए। ग्रामीण भारत जिस डिजिटल बदलाव से गुजर रहा है उसी का ये निदर्शन, जिससे ई कॉमर्स के जरिए एक पारदर्शी व्यापार व्यवस्था बन रही है। But today, due to Digital India program, Digital Equity program, there has been a tremendous potential available to really start their own e-commerce portal and deliver products to their available.
ఇంకొకటి మనం ఒక విలేజ్కే కాదు, అన్ని విలేజ్లు వాడుతుంటాం. ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్, అమెజాన్ ఇవన్నీ ఓన్లీ సిటీసీకే పరిమితమే. కానీ విలేజెస్ అనేది ఎవరు ముందుకు రావట్లేదు. మనం విలేజ్ లో ఉంటారు, మనం డూ సంథింగ్ ఏదో సంథింగ్ వేరేగా చేయాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ మీ సంతానం.
So we have seen another example of digital marketing, and that leads to e-commerce and how a rural poor village is getting benefit. So what I was talking about from my presentation initial time, the video is basically one of such example. So I have put up this video. It's a very good understandable things. The things can be understand through this digital mode also. So digital marketing channels. We have talked about a little bit: website marketing, pay-per-click advertising, content marketing, email marketing, affiliate marketing, video marketing, SMS messaging, social media. So there are various ways have came up on major ways of digital marketing: improving reach through UL's email marketing, engaging out customers through mobile advertising, and develop a personal connect through social media. So these are very important 3 major tools. Through these tools, we can do the digital marketing process. Reasons why we need digital marketing: because it's affordable, mobile access, it can be accessed from anywhere. If you are in a home, you are from market, you are from Northeast, you are from Guwahati, you are from Delhi, Hyderabad, whatever. Flexibility, it's a have a flexibility, major flexibility. It's a larger expansion, multimedia, interactive, tracking, authority, influencer engagement, print enhancement. There are major many ways which can be cover up through the digital marketing mode. So this few I wanted to share with all of you. Now, if you have any queries and question, I think so that could be taken up in another 10-15 minutes. So I can wind it down.
You can go in chat box also. If anybody wants, you can give the chat box also, so that it can be come to that.
Yeah.
Any question you can ask?
In the online class, it's very difficult to understand who are all listening or not. So that's I think so major problem of this digital mode. So if people have listened, must be there is some question. If people have not listened, then there is a less question. So
We receive sometimes good questions. Sometimes they are telling the nice session, good session, thank you, okay sir, etc. So that acknowledgement also telling that people are listening.
at least listening. But after lunch session, it is also very difficult.
And that is also a thing.
It's okay. I think so. There is no question then. Okay.
So I think Sir has taken a very good session for this particular topic, that is eco-friendly rural technology and modern digital marketing. So that is we have to give a welcome to Sir so that we get output this type of very good session. So I think all the participants has enjoyed it. So we can go for the next level session. So any doubt, any question you can ask, otherwise we can move to our next session. So we are starting the next session.
Thank you, NIIT PR Guwahati and Dr. Partha Pratim Bhattacharya for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to interact with large number of people in the online platform. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Very, very good session. So that I think everybody is enjoyed. So we will go for the next session, and we hope that you will come with different training programs and you can teach to the participant, and they can get sharing the knowledge from you. So that will be very helpful for us, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, somebody is.
Hello.
Yes, ask.
Yes, I would like to know, like, when we talk about organic farming or using natural environment things, the production cost may go high. And so in comparison to urban markets, if something made in factory or like, so in something that cost will be high. So how we can reduce this thing and make it more competitive in the market?
Organic farming, we have the separate training program for that. So there we will discuss, because that is not my subject also.
Didn't get that question properly. If you could.
Because I think that okay. And one question was asked in the chat box, sir, what are the strategies that we could adopt to attract the rural population? So that things I will discuss also, because Facebook, that is some lead generation how to do that, that will discuss our next session also. So here that is a common for both people. Because whenever we think for the digital marketing, so there is no difference between the persons who are staying in the rural or urban. But although our sessions and everything based on the rural people, but still it is no difference in that particular case where it is the people are in rural or people are in urban. The main thing is required is the one internet, another one is the device, which may be a hardware device, maybe a mobile phone, maybe a laptop, maybe a desktop, maybe a tab, anything. So which can be used for interact with that is through internet. So this is, I have already discussed in my first session, what is the basic and what is the requirement for that this digital marketing. Okay, somebody said audio is not clear, but I think I am getting my second device, the audio is clear. Is there any issue, or we can go for another device that is for headphone? Do you have any problem in my audio? Is it noisy?
Yeah.
I'm noisy. Little bit noisy.
No, it's okay. I think so you have answered, but there are many, actually government has taken up many strategies now for this problem. So one I have quoted, that is the behind the petrol pump or attached with the petrol pump, there is a rechargeable car charging station. Okay, so that is one of the futuristic view for the such kind of environment friendly promotion and all. And it's basically rather government, it's a kind of private oriented and public oriented things where we can promote these environment friendly technologies. And absolutely it has a strategy, and those strategies which is basically taken up by the marketing people. So marketing people are able to take it up, then if market is ready, then automatically the backbone of this can be accelerated. As a one example I have shown in the past. So this is all. Thank you.
Okay then, I think give me 1 or 2 minute time so that we can check our audio and other details so that we can go for our better clarity. And I think I can give sir thanks for taking a very good session. We hope for a number of sessions in next coming programs, so that we can get sir as a very good resource person, so that sir can share his knowledge, experience and everything. So that is our pleasure that sir has come to our this session. Thank you sir, thank you very much sir. Try for that one.
I think the director sir has also joined. Sir, hello sir.
Sir, namaskar sir.
Hi, Arvindo.
Yes sir. Right sir. Yes, Bhalu sir. Okay, sir.
So thank you very much. It's nice that it's the first time that we will be in touch with in future also, right?
Yes sir. Thank you sir.
So thanks a lot for it.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir. You have put in mind a session or this program. So, Director sir, I am giving you thanks so that we can give the blessings of sir. Sir is coming in the session. So, we are preparing for our next session, which will be taken by me. So, we'll start with that. That's what you know.
Good.
Thank you, sir, also.
With your permission, I am getting off, sir.
Thank you, sir.